Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome back to part 2 of What If Deku Was the Multiverse Creature? In part 1, and sorry for the interruptions, in part 1, yeah. So, in now, where we left off, it was during the All for One versus All Might thing. All Might was down, but not out, as they hear a familiar voice. Like a pirate song, the one goes, yo ho. But it's the remix. Yo ho, hero's life for me. Yo ho, hero's life for me. Merrily, life is about to be dreamed. Otherwise, as it stops, and people are wondering what's that song is, and so most people are scared or wondering, show yourself, as All for One's like, who are you? Oh, let me appear as a portal opens up. It was green portal, as Todoroki recognizes it from or some people recognizes it from as the multiverse portal, as Inko saw it too on the news, as she could see, or what's coming out was two black hands, like the ones that this and this opened as he opens it up, as he comes out of the portal, as he looks like he looks like a mangled between, he looks mangled he says, hey everyone, or let me introduce myself. I am Zuko Midoriya. As everyone couldn't believe, they all heard that Zuko died because Bakugo threw him into that portal thing, that multiverse portal. And yeah, as now, I believe that you were trying to kill my favorite idol. All for one. Mm-hmm. So, let me repay you the favor of absolutely destroying you right here, right now. And Zuko uses his full power, like he does, like what All Might does, but instead of as All Might could see green flame or green sparks coming off of Zuko's right hand as he punches, as he punched All for One so hard, Ern sends him flying few kilometers away, like 5 football fields away. As yeah, he used his monstrous hand to do it, and pierced some blood out of All for One. Yeah, and of course, there's the Zuko used his hit every quirk, every power that he at his disposal, as he used his tendrils, the ones that you saw. Yeah, he used Leviathan's arms, the Gigantian Leviathan's arms, the from what if Zuko was a Gigantian Leviathan. You really need to redo that to make it more epic. So Zuko used his tendrils, as he says, or he calls his tendrils Gigantian Leviathan grip, or the attack. Now, time to finish this. Yes. As he charges up his arc reactor in his chest. And guess where he got that from? Because in the alternate universe where he went to, he had this power, same power as the Yakko, or this guy right here, this guy. He ends up decides, Zuko, who instead of at his belly, it was at his heart. So when he blasts he used his full blast with Jiro's ear things, as everyone, where is it? Everyone couldn't believe, as he says that time to bump it up, as Zuko uses his and fire it up, boys. So he cloned himself to 3 clones and him. And he says, ready, set, go. As they all go right at him. Some of them using Momo's as or everyone's attacks. And yeah, All for One stood no chance against him. Yeah, as Zuko says this, now it's finishing move between all my friends, my family. Now let me demonstrate how powerful I really get. Your horse, I will wipe you from reality, space, time, everything. Everything cannon, as he charges it up. So much this, it was a how will I put this? It's like how Zuko's is attack from the anime name, but actually the laser attack, where this guy right here used, well, Zuko called his everything cannon as he blasted the All for One out of existence. Like, kaboom, everyone. Yeah. So, yeah. Everyone could not believe it. Everyone is like, as he kinks his neck, as everyone's like confused of why this kid came back from the dead. But the Zuko walks over to, he walks straight past All Might. All Might thought he was gonna get killed by Zuko, but then he walked right past him instead. As he uses his tendrils to lift up the debris, and as he turns his head, as he says, "What are you waiting for? An invitation to save these poor little citizens? Come on now." As he lifts the boulders up and set them down. Yeah. As everyone could not believe. Yeah. So, Astashi was there, but when he saw his son's true power, as he tells All Might Zuko tells All Might that he has one important job before he turns himself in. And as he says, that would be, well, I am going to make a certain doctor wish that he never lied to me ever again. As when he heard something, yeah, he's not mad at Bakugo. He was mad at the court doctor. So let's say after the cleanup thing, Zuko leaves. As he could tell, there's the hospitals that's full of civilians. As he teleports all the kids into a different hospital, like away from, as he goes in. As he says, "I'm here to see the court doctor." Oh, he's busy. With what? As he's so serious, that even made a nurse like, okay. And so he goes downstairs. As the court doctor says, who is this? Because he totally forgot about, oh, yeah. So court doctor forgot all about Zuko. As he says, "I'm Zuko. You already forgot about me, you jerk. I'm really mad at you." How rude of you to forget about someone that's you lied to. As he had his same face, like expression, like of this one. You made And or you lied to me about not having a quirk. I did have a quirk called limit. I looked at myself in the during all that time in the multiverse. And what's a good and thing to what's a great thing about having the that quirk becomes like your power? Or actually, he knew where a real doctor was. So Zuko punches the fake one out as he goes down to the real one. There you are, real doctor. Now I'm real mad. You, as Zuko tells the quirk doctor that, and as the quirk doctor says, "Huh, I'm surprised that you survived that." Huh. And well, I'm really ticked off as Zuko says that at you. You know? Because if it wasn't for you, I would have been pushed by my friends into that puddle. And I almost lost my own insanity. The only thing that kept me afloat was my friends, my family. I believe in them like how I believe in my own selves. And plus, you did it to me multiple times in different universes. Mm-hmm. Like the one that I went to first world that I ever seen was the Doomsday Zuko world. And there you shot his mother. Now I'm real mad. So as he charges up, like how Saitama, or not Saitama, All Might was, I just realized, is All Might and Saitama both in the same universe? And if they did, would they box it out like hand-to-hand combat? So yeah, so Zuko is mad at the Quark Doctor as he beats a snot out of the Quark Doctor. As the Quark Doctor says, "Yes, I was lying to you. And you figured that out by yourself." Oh, because you knew. As he grabs, or you knew about, and from other Zukus. Yes. As Zuko grabs the Quark Doctor by the throat, dragged him all the way to the police station. As he tells the detective that he should be put in jail, or not the detective, but he tells the Quark Doctor, or no, he tells the detective that the Quark Doctor needs to be put in jail. Oh, for lying and taking quirks and turning them into a nomus. And I figured out why. Who is Kirigiri? answer is might surprise the or Mr. Aizawa. You know something about behind. Well, Kirigiri is a Nomu that warps around. And what came of it? Or what is his vessel? Like, everyone has a vessel. Or all the Nomus have, like, low tier ones. Have the vessels that are, like, dead. And vessels. But the higher ones are the living ones. So, he tells him that the Kirigiri is a cloud boy. As, yeah, the detective could sense and that Zuko is hiding more or hiding something than he explains. As he turns around, don't get any ideas. I'm not hiding anything. I'm just now ticked off. I'm just gonna get my head cleared before the. Okay? As he goes to the beach, that's not bleach, but the where me a c something the because and he just sits down on a sand, or he sits on the sand, and he looks as he feels like he feels much better as he breathes in, breathes out, breathes in, breathes out. Yeah. So then a certain person or certain woman comes out. It was Inko home. Yeah. Inko is happy to see her like son. But she knows that her son's a little bit ticked off. At the court doctor because as she sat next to him, as she tells him that I should, or actually, Asashi. Let's say I'm changing it to Asashi, the husband of Inko. He tells him that he's sorry. He couldn't just because he blames himself, for not being with his son, the only son that's in the family. And yeah, he does. He as he forgave him, as he understands that his like father made a mistake of not listening to the lies part of the court doctor. And he didn't, or as So, what is your quirk? I'm really interested in what is your quirk. Huh. My quirk is called limit. It allows the user to basically limit a person's quirks or removes them. Like I could remove my own quirk or without having to do any extra work. But now, since after fell into the pool or that multiverse portal, my entire body, has evolved. So now I can see many outcomes. As he tells Sashi that I'm very thankful that I have you guys are still around. As Sashi's confused of why, as he tells him that one of the universes that I first got introduced to was named Doomsday World. And it was, to me, it was scary. Like, this side of, as he lifts his giant sized arm that you see before you, he lifts the entire arm, as he says that I killed, or in that universe, I killed so many people. As Asashi could tell that the Zuko wasn't like, as a ghostly figure comes out, as Asashi could see and hear the ghostly figure of Doomsday Zuko puts his hand on him as he says that it's not your fault, it's mine. He shouldn't have gone on a rampage like that. And as Asashi looks over and sees like as the ghostly figure goes away, as Zuko will tell him that was the alternate version of me, where I'll explain it when we get back to the house. Okay. Sorry. I'm thinking. So, yeah. As he talks a little bit more to his father, as his father is happy that that his son has a quirk. But he is upset at the quirk doctor as well. So he says, it's not your fault, Zuko. I wasn't mad at you for being quirk listing. But I should have known that the court doctor lied to us. Because obviously, if your sisters have their quirks and you have yours to limit their quirks, it should have been, yeah. So, yeah. And which was the tendrils? I just realized. I forgot to ask because I was there. So what's with the tendrils? Oh, these? They are my... They, or I'll explain it when... Okay? So, when Zuko got back to home, as his 3 sisters are happy to see their brother still alive after all this time, him, as they could not believe that how much he has changed. And of course, Ashi, he really formed a really good bond with the Zuko. So, yeah. It's how I roll things out. So, basically, Zuko ends up doing, like, he hangs out with his father and his mother and his sisters. And of course, Bakugo, or he wanted Zuko to, like, go visit with him. And so he goes and visits with Bakugo. And Bakugo, at this point, like, back then, he was so dumb that he didn't realize that the court doctor lied until he watched the news. And Bakugo apologizes to Zuko for what he did. And he wasn't mad at Bakugo at anything. So, yeah. As he starts asking Zuko a bunch of questions like, how did you get all these, like, powers? Like, those tendrils? It's a long story. Hey. Long story short, sorry. I'm trying to think. So, yeah. Now, Zuko ends up being, Zuko. And, yeah, Bakugo decides, if I get out of here, let's play some hoops, okay? Sure. And Bakugo is now smart. So then Nezu, who asked him if it's okay with him to go to UA. He'll be in class 1A with his sisters. As he says, sure. her. And yeah. So he got into Class 1A. Or he did the quirk test by himself to make sure that he followed the guidelines. And yeah. So his 3 sisters was like sitting with him because one, they love their brother so much. If it wasn't their brother, like if Zuko wasn't their brother, they would have probably married him in the blink of an eye. That's how much. And then he caught up on all of his work. And, of course, Eraserhead wants... Actually, let's say after school they had dorms, and Zuko had his own custom dorms. And, of course, the students wants to get know him better. So they asked him a bunch of questions like, hey, dude, how many tendrils do you have? Well, I have, 6 tendrils on the back with a tail. As the tail looked like Scorpion's tail. Because in one of the alternate universe, Zuko became Zuko became a scorpion. Not the one from Mortal Kombat. I was talking about the animal one. So, yeah, Zuko also, or Tenya asked him, why does he have, like, thrusters on back of his legs? As Tenya asks, you have so many, like, powers. Then he says, well, you all probably knew about the story of what happened. About the student, or a kid, fell into a multiverse portal, right? As everyone says, yeah. And it dawns on them, that was you? Yeah. So, what is in there? Like, well, when falling through, like, each of the worlds that I went to, it made me go, I almost lost my insanity. Like, I almost turned into a multiverse creature, but only thing that keeps me afloat was thinking about you guys and my own family. And kept me afloat. Without the rest of you, I would have just been a mindless brute, just like kills everything. So, yeah. So, Zuko ends up winning. So, I'm skipping the overhaul fight because when everyone heard that the Zuko is back from the dead and is now more powerful than. Okay? So, yeah, Zuko ends up winning the entire fight thing. And now it finally was time for Momo to ask Zuko out on a date. So Momo and Ochako and Mina, or actually not Mina, forget her name. So Momo, Ochako, and that girl from, I forget her name. This girl right here. So her, Momo, and Ochako decided, okay, I'm gonna ask him out on a date. So they did, as he accepts it. Sorry. Right? So Zuko got dating them and then got married to them. And I have this habit of shipping them because one makes it way more like having more like custom kids in it. And to make it feel like it's alive, not like, oh, how about you use his power to kill everybody? Like that Doomsday Zuko thing. But I don't want that. It's too boring. Killing everyone off like quick and clean is not really right. It's wrong. It's like if someone just like, oh, I'm gonna punch this guy, and then he is dead in 2 seconds. Yeah. And then, yeah. So, Zuko is immortal now. He also, when he goes through, or when he went through the multiverse thing, he developed a immortal power. Like, he is now immortal, can never die. He doesn't, like, the undead can't even touch him. And or could infect him with really bad disease. Yeah. So, and yeah, so the vampire girl, that one, she decides to end up getting married to Kasuke Bakugo. Yeah. Because if a vampire dates a bomb, would that be like or bomber, should I say? Would that be called missiles? Yeah. And then Bubble Girl gets married to some random girl or guy, or grapefruit kid, the one that all of you probably heard. I know some of you hate when I probably. She dated him, or got married to him, so that no other girl could have that experience. hints. So, yeah. So now, this is the end of the video. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and comment on this video. And before we go, yes, at the end of this story, Zuko is the only survivor left on his own planet. Because everyone, his friends, his family, got killed because the quirks couldn't be controlled and such and such. Yeah. The Zuko was the only one survived. As it still haunts him. As his power. So what does he do? He goes right into, or he creates a portal for himself to time travel back in time. Or actually, he goes into a universe where he went into the Doomsday world, but he ends up going into this is going to be a long name for it. Where the female Doomsday Zuko, like Doomsday female Zuko, world, and in that world, like the female Zuko, like that, without like a male part, she wants to date somebody that doesn't need a quirk and match her criteria. So she became a monster. And then she killed everybody. But then she sees a portal. You know? And she actually does use the body parts for her own personal needs. But I will not go into the details of what she uses them for. Because it's her personal needs. So, yeah. But if you guys want to, like, explore them, and just imagine what she does to the boys. So when the portal opens up, he comes through as Doomsday's female Zumi, or Zuko, looks over, and she's like, as the Zuko had this weird, or no, actually Doomsday's female Zuko had this weird feeling, as she's like in love with him, as she turns around and sees him all jacked up and with tendrils, and he waves at her and says, "Hi, I'm Zuko." Oh. And female or Doomsday Doomsday female Zuko is like asks him if does he uses the quirk, and she says, "No, I never use a quirk. This is how I normally look like." As her eyes start to widen, as she runs over, hugs him, and you don't want to know what happens next. So that's why I'm just gonna say Then she had her own kids that had his, like, tendrils and... Yeah. And, of course, both of them are immortal, so they can never die. So, yeah. It was the... So he hangs out with his new girlfriend, should I say. So that was... So Momo, Ochako, M... I-P-P-A-N, Imprint, and now the female version of him, but as Doomsday. Or Doomsday version of him, but female version. Like a girly version of Doomsday version of him. And yeah. So then they had kids afterwards. So yeah. It went from being super violent, like, I'm going to push this kid into the purple or green goo looking thing, to, oh, I'm back, everybody. And then into the relationships things. So it's basically 3 categories in only 2 videos. That is insane. Yeah. So, if you guys want to, or if you guys want me to do more, like add her into almost every video, let me know, because I already have one planned for her. So, yeah. And don't worry, it will be like Zuko will be not having like these extra tendrils. So, yeah. And I forgot to mention, when he was battling against like All For One of the clones is used was the one from the What If Zilla thing. What if... where is it? This one. What if Deku was Godzilla's reincarnation thing? Zuko, or one of the clones, used his attack, but instead of having blue hair, like, he used the green hair, and yeah, charges it up to the full power, and man, he went bazooka, boom. Yeah. So now, this is the end of the video. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, and do all the fun things. So, peace.